Welcome everyone, I'm Alex, and this is your 19th episode of Popular Polls, coming to you live from, well, not really live because I'm recording this and uploading it, but coming to you today from my balcony because it is such a beautiful weather outside today in Hamburg, and it really feels like summer has just finally arrived here. But with Hamburg weather, you really never know for sure. Anyway, this is your episode of Popular Polls, our weekly show on Sundays where I really ask you a poll and you answer the poll, and then we kind of talk about it a little bit. And I just want to put this at the front of the show now. Please do leave some comments, some ideas, some things regarding our current poll, so that we can have a little bit more of a discussion. And I want to do a quick shout out to a user going by the name of Der Han, who left a wonderful comment which encouraged me, to keep going. Well, I would have kept going anyway, but I just love to see that people enjoy this content and enjoy this format and the show, because as you may all know, this is not the video format, my Sunday videos, which do get the most views. Anyways, there's a small propeller airplane. Look at that! Can you see this? It's all the way up there. Anyway, pretty loud. Okay, so let's go to our answers from last week. So last week I asked you about taxes on EVs, and we've got 10 responses. So thank you to all the 10 people who answered last week's question and are actively engaging in the show. And if you're not one of them yet, I'd encourage you to just go ahead and answer this week's poll so we get to hear from you as well. The option which by far had the most answers was yes, once more EVs are on the roads or are sold than ICE cars. ICE stands for internal combustion engine. And I've talked about this in our last episode really a little bit, and I think this is a really good trade-off between still incentivizing people to buy EVs by obviously leaving the tax out, at least this is what it is here in Germany, and then also getting some tax money in as soon as our transition is further down the road, where we have more EVs on the road than ICE cars, because obviously we need that money to keep our road system going and all of that. Another 2 of you answered yes once fully transitioned, and we have 1 answer each for the remaining 2 choices of no and yes starting now. Unfortunately for these 2 more drastic kind of choices, no one put a comment down in the comment section below, so I can't really talk about why people maybe chose these answers, but I'm sure they had their good reasons for it. Alright, let's get into our new question, or new poll I should say, and this week I've spent quite some time trying to crash my Model 3 into the side rails on the Autobahn. Well, not really crash them, but kind of steered into them and wanted to see if the new lane keep feature and emergency lane keep feature were doing their job alright. And I was delighted to see that the software indeed worked correctly and I didn't crash the Model 3, which obviously was never my intention to do in the first place. So this just opened my eyes. This is just so great that Tesla, first of all, keeps improving those cars, and then second of all, makes the cars just safer. It's not an improvement necessarily about just fun and just features, but also just safety, which is a feature as well. But anyway. So my question to you this week is, do you think systems like the emergency lane assist should be mandatory in every car? To answer the question, please click on the pop-up link that will pop up in the top right-hand corner of your video screen right now. And your answer choices are obviously yes and no, because this is a yes and no binary question. So I'm looking super forward to your answer, actually. I think this is interesting because I personally think yes. Obviously it will make cars maybe a little bit more expensive, but on the other hand we have the huge improvements that will come if every car has to have the system on board mandatory. Just think about how many cars will have to get the system, how many investments have to be done in this technology, and if there's more investments and there's incentives for people to develop systems like this and make them better, we'll get safer roads, and we'll improve the rate of improvement. We'll increase the speed at which the improvement happens, because we have more data coming from these kinds of systems, which can then be fed back into the systems to make them even safer. So I think this is a great opportunity for us as a society all over the world, really, to help improve, make our systems safer, while our street and transportation systems really safer. So yeah, I think this is a really cool opportunity. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this. So a quick heads up, I'll be traveling next week, kind of next week, later part of the week and then the weekend. So the next episode of Popular Polls may be delayed, maybe it won't be delayed. I'll see. Just so you know, and you're not wondering, where's my Popular Polls episode next Sunday? Alright, to not miss anything while I'm, in the meantime, while I'm out and about doing stuff, make sure to subscribe so you get the new episodes first and free and automatically. That's it. See you in the next video.